Zach, you saw Dr. Elatrosh yesterday? What was the diagnosis and what is the plan moving forward for your elbow?
Yeah, I saw Elatrosh yesterday. Spent some time there talking with him about the options. I've decided I'm going to have surgery with him next Wednesday. I think it's the 8th, September 8th. Definitely have some a bone chip in there that needs to come out, kind of similar to what I had in March. And at that time, he's going to take a look at, my UCL and then determine if anything needs to be done there or not. So it's kind of going to be up to him what he sees when he goes in and does the surgery.
So you don't necessarily know exactly what the surgery will be or what the timeline will be then?
Not until after the surgery. Hopeful that it doesn't need anything or anything, too invasive. But we'll wait and see, obviously, until after he does the surgery, and then we'll know.
We can go next to Brendan Cuddy.
Zach, so would he just, if there's damage to the UCL, would he just go in there and do the Tommy John while he's in there?
Not necessarily, no. There's other, Tommy John's not the only thing they do nowadays with the UCL. So there's other options. So it's not just one or the other. I think he's going to make a determination if it needs to be reconstructed or repaired. But I think we're all hopeful that it's not severe and we can just do something minimal and be back early next year.
And just how frustrating has this entire season been for you, considering the health?
Yeah, it's disappointing to end this way. Obviously, we didn't start out great either in spring with the surgery there, but it's just another opportunity. Been playing a long time and fortunate not to have a lot of injuries, and I just view it as a kind of another chapter of my career where I get an opportunity to use these months that I have to make myself better as I come, get back to the team. I think as you get older, you're always looking for new ways to improve, and I'll have some time to do that and hopefully be better for it when I come back.
We can go next to Dan Martin.
Zach, considering the uncertainty, I guess, with the UCL, how confident are you that you will be back by, the start of spring training, or is there a real concern that this might be something that you'll have to deal with next year as well?
I'm confident that, it's going to go well and I'll be back sooner. Obviously, you just never know. I mean, no one's going to ever give you, 100% confidence that when they go in, everything looks great, right? MRIs only tell so much of the story, but we know basically the biggest issue is the bone. So UCL is not, the biggest issue here. It's the fact that there's that bone chip that needs to be removed. So that's been causing the issues, not the UCL.
And just to follow up, how does this, you went through the surgery, obviously in the spring, to get bone chips removed. Is this a remnant of that? Is this something new? Is it something related to the difficulty you had coming back when you didn't feel right? Do you know?
Yeah, so this was there. There was a chance that this bone spur was going to break off during the rehab process. So this was there. We were aware of this. Unfortunately, it did break off, and I'm dealing with it. But yeah, I would say that this is basically this. The symptoms I'm having are a reflection on the issues I'm having with that bone chip now. It's frustrating, like I said, but there's really nothing I can do about it now. I just got to look forward and how I can get better and use the time wisely to come back and be the best version of myself. And
there was clearly nothing that you could do in that first surgery in terms of, I don't know, shaving or something like that, that could have, since you knew that was already an issue, to address it at that time.
I think Dr. Ahmad, when he was in there, I think he, felt like removing it at the time would probably do more harm than good. He wanted to protect my UCL from coming back. And, like I said, you can never predict the way a surgery is going to work out. So unfortunately, this broke off and now we got to deal with it again. But, I'm not necessarily sure that there was really much that we could do. It's just unfortunate.
We can go next to Sweetie Marty.
Zach, anytime we hear UCL, there's always one end result for the rest of us that we know it's Tommy John. What are some of these other options that you're talking about? And it's like, what is the exact amount? to this point, I understand he needs to look at it, but to this point, what's your understanding of the exact amount of damage to the UCL?
That's probably a better question for, Dr. Elatrash. I don't know. I know enough, but I'm not going to really try to explain it and then do a bad job of that. But like I said, the biggest issue is the bone chip and getting that out of there. And then obviously anytime that you do surgery, you want to make sure your UCL is protected because we all hear about that. So that's what this is. Like I said, the biggest issue is the bone chip and not the UCL, which is good. So I think we're all hopeful that there's not going to be anything that we really need to do. Maybe just kind of fortify it. But like I said, the biggest issue, from my understanding, is the bone chip and not the UCL.
And so you'll know better what your off-season plan is after he looks at it and you have the chip removed?
Correct. Yeah. On Wednesday, he'll go in and remove the bone chip, and then he'll take a look at the ligament and decide, what he thinks is best going forward. And then when I wake up, I guess, determine the next step.
Are you planning to stay around with the team? You're planning to go home? What are you going to do?
Yeah, plan on staying around the team. I always think that it's not about one individual. My job now is to be a good teammate, support these guys. We have a chance to do something special, and I want to be a part of it any way I can, whether that's helping, a younger player or supporting my teammates, any way that I can. And I think it's important to be for your teammates even when things aren't going well for you.
All right, and just logistics, you're coming back with the team and then going back out to LA to have this done next week, or are you staying out there?
We're going to figure that out in the next day, whether or not, once I talk to Dr. Elatrash a little bit, find out what I need to do pre-op, and then, be out here obviously for the surgery, and then try to go back to New York and do my rehab there.
All right. Thank you, Zach.
Yep.
Good luck.
Thank you.